Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we finished the last component of the plastics factory, which was taking all the sulfuric wastewater they were producing and reconverting that back into sulfuric acid, and feeding that back into the system to be used as inputs for the conversion process that we're doing here. So, that's done. We're now cranking out that plastic. That's good. And so, now I need to move on to the next objective, which I think is going to be some power-related stuff. We need to make batteries, we need to make accumulators, we need to make solar panels, and then we need to make laser turrets. And that should allow us to better expand our base, to secure more of the land here, and then we'll move on to the new electronics facility and the new logistics facility and get that going. So that is going to be the plan. So we no longer need this. So again, I think today is going to be a planning episode. We'll see how that goes. First off, I want to see what it's going to take to make what we're going to need to make. So, what we're going to start with is large solar panel 3s, electronic logic boards, blue circuits. Are we making blue circuits? I believe we are making blue circuits, right? Yes, we're making blue circuits. Very, very, very slowly, we're making blue circuits. We are not getting resin. What is the issue with our resin? Looks like we're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting before we can get to that design work. Because we're going to need these blue circuits to make this stuff, so we're going to need resin to make said blue circuits. Alright, I gotta get down there and figure out what's going on. Just give me a moment. And I forgot to unpause when I got here. Okay, so it looks like the issue was insufficient metal catalyst carriers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rework this. Alright, so the output of the catalyst carriers are going to go near side. I don't know why I didn't just do it this way before. There we go. And we'll just make sure that we throw a few more in there. Just to make sure that we're always feeding sufficient quantities. Probably a few more. Okay. As long as we just keep this thing running so that we're feeding formaldehyde in here, to make sure that we're pumping out resin, to make sure that our there we go. We have enough fiberglass boards to feed the production. So there we go. Okay. Problem solved. Keep the research going. All right, so silicon wafers, electronic logic boards, gold plates. Yeah, we got all of that. To make large solar panel 3s, we'll need to make large solar panel 2s. And large solar panels. There we are. That shouldn't be a big problem. Alright, the other thing we're going to want to produce is going to be would require silver zinc batteries. Accumulator. Fast accumulator 2s. Do we want fast accumulators or large accumulators? Hold on. There's actually 2 different types. 3 different types. Slow accumulator. 9 megajoules. 9 megajoules. It outputs 2.16 megawatts. It outputs 65 kilowatts. Versus just high capacity accumulators. I think a high capacity is what we would want, actually. High capacity 2. High capacity. Alright, the question is, can we make all these battery types? I know we can make these batteries. Lithium ion and silver zinc batteries. We will have to see. So for our military tech, we would be looking at we do not have purple electronics. We do not have that being manufactured right now. So it would be a Mark IV laser turret. Mark III laser turrets. And a Mark II laser turret. And a Mark I laser turret. Which I can't remember. Was I manufacturing those or not? I honestly don't remember. Well, I can find out. No, we do not have any of those. So no, we are not manufacturing laser turrets of any kind, anywhere. Alright, and so that's going to need lithium ion batteries and batteries. So we're going to need at least lithium ions. Alright. So let's see what's required to make the batteries. Let's see, where would the batteries be listed? Probably here. Yep. Those batteries, lithium ions, and silver zinc. All right, so regular batteries will require the chemical plants and will require some plastic, some zinc, some lead, sorry, and some sulfuric acid. Easy peasy, we can bring all of that stuff in, no problem at all. You have to convert the lead from coils, which that's not a problem. We can train in sulfuric acid or make it on site wherever we happen to be if we are in range of, say, coal. All right, lithium ion batteries. You're going to require some carbon. You require coke and steam. Now, over here, if we make the sulfuric acid, right? Sulfur dioxide gas. And we produce that sulfuric wastewater from the production of coke. They will have coke as a product that we can then feed over here to make the carbon. Sounds good. It's also going to need plastic. Okay, everybody's going to want plastic. I would like to compute, actually, we want to compute by factory, and I would like to say we want to have one making each of these for now. .7. Okay. We're going to need lithium cobalt oxide, which means we're going to need cobalt oxide. So I think we only do chemical furnace 3s. Cobalt oxide can be made... Yeah, I don't think we could do that. Processed cobalt and limestone. Means we need to bring in some cobalt ore. I think that's not a problem. We're going to need some limestone. Which is that is going to require the washing process to make. There we are. These will all be 2s. Okay. And then we're going to need some lithium. Oh, we're going to need some lithium perchlorate. Some lithium salt. Lithia water. Thermal water. Lithium. Or we could manufacture it from brown algae. Interesting. Okay, so we have some options there. We'll have to look into that. Sodium perchlorate. It's an electrolyzer. think we can make 4s. Yes. We can, in fact, make 4s. This requires some purified water, some sodium chlorate, and some blue metal catalyst. So that requires some sodium hydroxide solution and hydrogen chloride gas. Okay. Sodium hydroxide and purified water. I know that we're making sodium hydroxide in a bunch of different places. We could bring that in. Okay. Doable. Hydrogen chloride gas, we'll have to figure out where we can get some of that from. Purified water is easy enough. The blue metal catalyst is cobalt and titanium. Okay, so that's more cobalt we're going to have to bring in. Okay, easy. We have that lithium salt. That will make our lithium perchlorate, some salt as a byproduct, and some hydrogen as a byproduct. Interesting. Lithium. Made from lithium salts. Alright, so that's more lithium salt we're going to need to make. If I were going to get it from algae farms, what are we talking about? Like an electric furnace. And we would need... I can make algae farm first. 7 algae farms. Saline water. Again, saline water is easy. That's not bad. I'll have to figure out... Lithium water. Lithium water is produced from thermal water. Also produces the purified water we could use in other things. We have thermal water. That is a limited resource, so it's not something I'm really that interested in. And I have it available. It's right there. $11 million there. Actually, how much? That's a lot. Like, and the algae process is infinitely sustainable. It's not hard to make. But 101 per second is how much it would consume. You know what? We'll stick with the algae, because again, this is going to be a critical component that I'm not going to want to have to worry about continuing to feed at any point. So we'll go with the algae process. Electric furnaces. Because that's not that bad. Not that bad. Only 7 or 8 algae farms and 1 saline salination plant, so And it is 101 per second just regular water, so piece of cake. Alright, so that actually takes care of everything we would need to make lithium-ion batteries. Alright. And to make silver zinc batteries, we will need some sodium hydroxide, which we can bring that in by train. We'll need some zinc plate. I'll have to see to make sure that we can bring that in by train. And then we're going to need some, what is this? Silver oxide, silver nitrate, and sodium hydroxide. I have powder mixer 3s. Silver nitrate means we're going to need some nitric acid and some silver ore. Processed silver. Some silver ore. So if we do one factory, we just need a half silver ore per second. Won't be a problem. 0.7. 0.7 and 0.9 per second. If I scale this to, say, maybe 4. Produce 6.5 coke per second. 1.7 lead sheet coils per second. 0.3. Then we would need 25 algae farm 4s. I mean, again, still, that's not terrible. It just takes up a lot of space. So we're going to need some place that has a lot of space. Catalysts. 0.2 per second. That's not bad. 0.9 per second. I think we can handle that. Okay. I think that's good. Now, we need a place to start building this. Alright, well. We have some space over here. We have some space around here that we could do some stuff with. We have some space up here. We also have the coal right there that we can work with. And if we need to, we can landfill into a bunch of areas here, as long as we don't connect over to this shore. Yeah, and also same thing, we can landfill south of this wall, pretty much out as far as we need. We'd landfill actually all the way across there if we really, really wanted to. So I think this is going to be a good spot. It's going to be a good spot. We're just going to need a large loading area. Bring in all the stuff we're going to need. So we're going to need lead. We're going to need plastic. We're going to be making our sulfuric acid on site, so we don't need that. Purified water. That's easy enough. Heck, we can even use that saline water, cycle back into the system. Not a problem. We're going to be consuming 1.8 per second of the coke, so we don't need to bring that in, because we're going to be making that ourselves. We're going to need to bring in some cobalt ore. We're going to need to bring in some titanium ore. We're going to need to bring in some silver ore. We're going to need to bring in some sodium hydroxide. And some hydrogen chloride gas, or we're going to have to make that on site. Let's see. Made the hydrogen chloride gas. Hydrogen, because we're going to have hydrogen as a byproduct over here. Right? Though we're going to need hydrogen chloride gas to start this. So if we... would also provide some sodium hydroxide. (520 saline water per second). Because it's trying to scale that to the amount of sodium hydroxide we're going to need. No. One electrolyzer is going to be sufficient. Okay. Then we can make that on site. We don't need to bring that in. But I think we're going to need 6 loading bays. 6 loading bays. And then we're going to need 3 for the outputs. Oh, no, wait. We're going to need 10 in total, because we're also going to bring in the zinc. Right. No, 11, because we're also going to have to bring in some nitric acid. Okay. So 11 total loading bays, with also parking. That is quite a lot. Maybe that wouldn't be such the best idea. What we could do? Bring that through. Tear out that. And we bring our rail up here, and then we do our loading bays over here. And then we build all of our facility around here. We got plenty of room over here. That, I think, makes more sense. Okay. Alright, let's fly over there. Yeah, these need to get removed. That needs to get removed. That needs to get removed. And then we will replace that with the tungsten pipe. And replace that with a tungsten pipe so they can go underneath of there. So that might actually end up getting removed as well. We'll have to see. Or not. Do. This thing along these lines. That's going to have to get torn out. That's going to have to get torn out. It doesn't seem to have broken any power. We can do that. There's a straight segment there. No, I don't want to throw a grenade. There we would go. And then our parking. Tight parking. Would have to start there. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. And 11 parking spaces. Fit just neatly. Those are oriented correctly, right? Yes, they are. Okay, good. Oh, and that's going to bump into the wall, isn't it? Also potentially going to bump into that. So, actually, you probably don't want to put that there, even though it is now being built. No big deal. Cancel. Cancel that instruction. We're going to have to move it further north. Enough to get around that. So we will need to kind of orient things like this. just above that. Roboport. Alright, so that's our guideline that we're trying to hit. Alright, but I think we'll go ahead and stop here for now. Oh, and we'll just... that stuff. Okay. Go ahead and stop here for now. And we'll start working on that next episode. Alright, so for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.